Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. HMF Flame, obviously, on some World at War. And we've got another topic video I want to talk about. Oh my god, Panzer Shrek just flew past my head. So, today I want to talk about innovation and creativity, and therefore lack of, quite honestly. So, when I'm talking about creativity, I mean specifically with personalization of, you know, whether it be phones, game consoles, whatever it is. Over the last, like, 10 years, we've just sort of lost a lot of that, and it's really sad. Oh, let me out. No, bro. And, yeah, like, you think of the current generation consoles, for example. I'm just trying to knock this guy with a Thompson. Got two, I've been killed. You think of the current generation of consoles, the Series S and X and the PS5. They look disgusting, and I just don't like them personally, but, you know, that's from a hardware perspective. Same with phones. All the phones look the same, there's no innovation, and they play the game, they just play the safe game, okay? So, with that being said, let's talk about actual, like, software and games, like, I don't know, Halo, Minecraft, COD, whatever. Look at the lack of creativity with map design, with weapon design, with sound effects, with games, like, the whole 9 yards. It's nowhere near the quality that it used to be. I'm shot in the back of my PTRS. God dang it. And the main reason is, like I said, that they're so afraid to take risks now, because they don't want to lose money. And again, money is the driving force, the primary driving force there. So, to me, it's like, if you're not going to take risks, you're just showing the consumer you don't care about them. And the reason I say it like that, because I know obviously it technically wouldn't make sense, my point is, if you're willing to take risks and show the consumer and your customers, your loyal customers, that you are trying to reinvent your own, like, products, to make the best possible ones, to add cool things, to make changes and make something different every time, they're going to appreciate that. They're going to, you know, like, think about map pack, for example, with, like, Call of Duty, the old CODs. You'd bring out a new map, the maps would be, like, the new map pack, sorry, the new maps would be really fun, zombies would be great, and it was, like, a lot of passion went into it, and the fans were like, yo, these maps are really, really cool. Like, I want to play more, and I want to buy more. So they were building up, like, this loyal fan base of people that wanted to buy the map packs all the time and didn't care about spending money, you know? Now, I mean, if we go to Black Ops 7 as an example, they release maps that are remastered terribly, look terrible, and then expect people to be excited by it because they put the bare minimum in. It's rather demoralizing. Like, I put a post out on YouTube, on my channel a few weeks back, a month ago, whatever, saying, what would you guys prefer? Like, DLC, where you have to pay for each DLC? Free season stuff? Or, like, something in between? And the majority of people said DLC. And I completely agree. I would rather not get free content that's dog shit and have to pay for my, like, for whatever it is, if I want it. You know? And yes, you can say, oh, hang on, you can sit there and say, yeah, but what about when it divides the player base, where, you know, if you don't have a certain map, you can't play it, you get kicked out of the lobby, because that happens on World at War and stuff. But Modern Warfare 3, 2011, came up with a solution for that, which was you can turn off DLC maps so you don't get put into a DLC lobby, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like that is the pretty obvious answer. If I was to tell you what I wanted, but but honestly, it comes down to obviously what everybody wants. Oh my god, can't call them my dogs because they've already got it. Damn it, I could use that artillery. But yeah, as far as DLC, like, that is creativity. They were going out their way to create good DLC packs. And look, I will say this, there wasn't always great DLC packs, for example. There was times where some of them missed the mark. But if you compare how good the DLCs were for COD, for example, what the hell? Compared to the free season stuff, the free season stuff has never come close to the quality. Not even remotely close. And again, it's because they're trying to make the season stuff. They give you so many free things in these seasons. And it's like, they think they can make up for the lack of quality just by giving you loads of free stuff. And like I said, me personally, that's not for me, you know? So, I'm curious to see what you guys think, because I know a lot of you obviously do agree, as we saw in the poll. But, what is your solution for the creativity lack of at the minute? Like, I think companies in general, it's not just COD or Gamer, just all companies, need to understand that if you want to make the most money possible, you have to have a good product in the first place to get people to buy that product and then want the next product. You had that, and now you're in a situation where, where that's not really a thing anymore. I mean, COD being the prime example. Nobody really wants to buy the new COD because the quality is so low. We'll take that. It was a good game. And that's honestly the biggest problem for me with creativity is, I mean, it's the same with Minecraft. Minecraft gets loads of free updates, but half the updates are shit. They are things that don't need to be in the game, things that are, like, not great. They should have, like, actual big gaps and then release something big, but they don't now. They've started doing really inconsistent ones where, really consistent ones where it's just loads of stuff. And again, not for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. But like I said, I'm curious to know what you guys think. I always, as you know, enjoy having the conversation with you guys, seeing what you think on that situation. Personally, I think exactly what I said earlier. The creativity is so dog shit right now that until they can, like, completely change what they're doing, I just don't see gaming in general ever going up. Don't get me wrong, there are companies out there that are good at innovating and things like that. Like, we do still have them, but it's a dime, not a dime dozen. So it's like one in like a blue moon at the minute. I mean, you've got things like Arc Raiders that's kind of cool and stuff like that. Like, they are there, but again, it's sort of like following a guy, right? Let's say you're following some random guy. You're just in a line with him, right? And he's like, trust me, every single day that you follow me, I will give you something. And let's say for the first week, you're getting these really cool things that you've never had before. And you're like, oh, it's sick. But eventually, he just decides to keep giving you the same stuff. You're going to be like, well, have you got anything else you can have? Like, something new? And he's like, no. I can't risk, like, going out my way to make you feel happy, because then I lose out. He stopped caring about your surprises, your well-being, whatever, your gifts, and he only cares about himself now, right? But if he was to turn around and be like, yo, I got a new surprise for you, it's a new gift, something new, and it's something that you've asked for, and it's like something similar to the ones that were like the most popular, everyone's gonna be like, oh, I'm interested again. Like, you've listened to what I want, which is a big thing. But then on top of that, you've also actually changed it up and put us first again, you know? And COD, for example, again, going back to COD, don't really do that, you know? They just refuse to fold when it comes to doing what the consumers want. So, I don't know, man. Creativity is at an all-time low, in my opinion, for a lot of, like, industry. I mean, there are obviously some things that are new. There's a lot of creative stuff in, like, automotive, things like that. But as far as the kind of creativity that people want, that stuff just doesn't exist anymore. And it is a real shame, because, like I said, I said this the other day, think of where we were, like, 10 years ago. With the technology leap of graphics, you know, the Xbox One had just come out, you know, about 12, 13 years ago. You had the PS4, the graphics took a big jump, the frames, everything. And everything looked really good. HD was now, you know, 1440p was a thing, all these cool, like, features. And you're like, oh my god, yeah, what a jump. What have we done since then, really? Because there's not that much. Like, yeah, you can do 4K, I suppose, and stuff, but it's not that big a gap. And it's because somewhere along the line, they took away the fun, they took away the actual, like, big jumps, because they focused on making money now. They don't want to push boundaries and make severe jumps with everything. You know, and that's why now people open their eyes a bit more and say, look, I'd rather play 1080p, you know, less frames, whatever, on a good game, than waste my money on something that, okay, visually looks basically the same as it did 10 years ago, but plays 10 times worse because people can't write a story anymore, you know? So I don't know. It's definitely something that people, you know, have spoken about endlessly for the last few years. And I see posts all the time of people saying like, if we like, how can we have got this much good technology and still gone backwards, you know? Which it does make sense, because in the last like 10 years we haven't made loads of progress, and everything sort of, I don't know. Look where we were. Look at Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 comes out, the game's phenomenal, 360's thriving, we've got the, oh, they're my dogs, huh? We've got a comp scene that's great, we've got multimedia, like, all multimedia, like new monitors, 1 millisecond monitors, all these cool things, and Skrillex is banging out, all these things in the world were like, were huge, everything was going really well, it looked like we we're going to have a massive boom, and then we had a medium boom, and it just went very quickly, it just changed from, this is huge, to, oh, this will only be huge if you guys give us more money, and we, you know, well, now that it's mainstream, we can make more money, so we can take the foot off the gas with the quality. And I guess it's sort of the same thing with phones, like I said, you know, every phone now just copies iPhone, or Samsung, and it's just, you know, they don't want to change what they're doing, because they know they can guarantee a bag at the end of the year, so... I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think on it. I do genuinely think creativity is... It might not be as low as it was, but definitely over the last, like, 10, 15 years, it went really bad. I mean, if you think of, like, 2020, 2021, it was absolutely dire. Absolutely dire. And that's an awful... Damn it. That's a damn grenade. But I'm carrying my team, by the way. I'm 28 and 14. My team are not doing very well. And I'm out here trying to, like, get us the dub. I don't know, is he going to run across? Wall bang the life out of him, got the assist. But, I don't know, man. Creativity is one of the things that drives social side of things with games. Because, obviously, if you release a game that has a really cool new multiplayer feature, everyone wants to try it. Friends make servers, and things like that. And people are talking about it. But if you don't, you know, make it worth a damn, people... They just don't care. If you're going to just release the same slop, and like, again, Black Ops 7, prime example, you look at the slop they've released the last 2-3 years, they're losing players, no one cares to play the games anymore, and it just causes a massive problem within the community, and you lose your fan base. So, yeah, that's where I think it is, and that's how I genuinely view it at the minute. Do I think it's possible to turn it around? Of course it is. Nothing's impossible, and it is a viable option for them to say, okay, I think we've made enough money now, let's do something. And I'm not talking about COD, I'm just talking about every company in general, you know. And I saw this photo on Twitter 2 days ago, or a day ago, and it was what the 2000s felt like, and it was pictures of dolphins flying through the sky, everything colourful, rainbows, and like, meaning everything was just fun and colourful. And it's 100% accurate. And if companies turn around and said, let's, like, recreate that, they would make so much more money. Holy shit, we won that, bro. I was just absolutely carrying my squad. Holy. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments. I like having the discussion with you guys about it, as you know. And don't forget to drop a like and a sub if you enjoy the content and you're new. It helps out a ton. And I'll catch you in the next one.